We are just 6 days away from the Autumn Blaze pay-per-view special event, and tonight is going to have huge implications for that very show. As originally scheduled, it's supposed to be, and it's still penciled in, as Jackson Montgomery defending the CME World Championship against his challenger Ivan Yakov. Now, last week, Jackson lost a non-title match to Granat Tuz, and I can't think of a better way to reward Granat for his win than putting him in a world title match here tonight. So our main event tonight on Pulse is absolutely monumental. The world title on the line. Granat challenges Jackson. The winner goes on to face Ivan this Sunday at Autumn Blaze. It's going to be unbelievable no matter what happens. Jackson Montgomery cannot have seen this coming, I'm sure. He's going to want to not just win this match to keep his title, but just to keep some semblance of momentum going this Sunday. He's going to need it going against a man as hungry as Ivan. But Granat is looking to cement his career tonight right now with his first ever world championship. It's something I cannot wait for. We've got another huge main event caliber match coming up later too, as the LBA will take on the team of Bryce Phoenix and said challenger for the world title, Ivan Yakov. It's going to be a huge tag team match. It's going to be a huge night. We've got a lot of action, but we're going to get things started with the tag team champions coming out, represented by Blitzkrieg. He's going to take on Rich Reed one-on-one. Now, last week, Jason Adams took on Takeshi Kato. Fairly comfortable win for Takeshi. They traded some technical wrestling early, but Takeshi got the advantage and really did not let up. Package pile driver ended it for them. If the Natural Perfection going into this Sunday's tag team title rematch want any semblance of hope going in, Rich Reed's got to knock off Blitzkrieg tonight. It's almost imperative that he does so, because ever since they came in, the World's Axis have just been on another level completely from everybody else. There's a reason they're the tag team champions in such quick fashion. I mean, they debuted, 2 months ago? And the tag team champions already, so Rich Reed and Jason Adams can do it. I know they can do it. Whether or not they're in the right mindset right now is a whole other story, because we've seen this before with them. It's nothing new, and they're not looking to repeat history. So Rich Reed, he's ready to go. Blitzkrieg is definitely ready to go. He knows he doesn't want to lose here and give the challengers this Sunday any kind of momentum. Let's get this one started. Blitzkrieg trying to rub it into Rich Reed. Rich comes in. Now we got a side headlock takedown from Blitzkrieg. Rich powering out. Rich Reed obviously has the size and strength advantage in this one. Blitzkrieg, like it's been documented before, he will do absolutely anything to get the upper hand. Oh, Rich gets Irish whip, pushed into the to the ropes, comes back with a big shoulder tackle, and Blitzkrieg's reeling. Rich Reed just washing the bottom of his boot across the face of one half of the CME Tag Team Champions. Oh, Rich now Irish whip, hard Irish whip, sends Blitzkrieg flying out of the ring. Takeshi now is going to help his partner up to his feet. Rich Reed's up top though, he doesn't even have to watch out. Rich off the top rope with the point of the elbow into the side of the head. Blitzkrieg had no idea it was coming, and that makes it even more deadly. Takeshi with having a word with Rich, and that buys his partner enough time to hit a clothesline. Not that the World's Axis have to do things like this, throwing him into the ring post now, but it's going to help him no matter what. Rich is getting up to his feet, but he's got to watch out for who's behind him. Rich is up, turns right around into an elbow of his own. Blitzkrieg giving Rich Reed a taste of his own medicine. Takeshi Kato has done just enough without getting disqualified to help his partner, who hits a big plancha to the outside. And Jason can do nothing but watch. He gets involved, he gets his partner disqualified, this match is over. So he's gonna try and be as reserved as possible. I don't know how you could do it in this situation. Blitzkrieg on the apron, springboards himself in, but Rich Reed runs into the referee and somehow manages to dodge it. It was an ingenious move on his part. He gets Blitzkrieg up, rolls him up, O'Connor roll with a beautiful bridge added to it. One. Ooh, just a 1 count. Blitzkrieg ekes the weight of Rich off of his body. But Rich Reed with control. Nice cravat suplex right there. Let's see how long Rich can keep control of this matchup, because if I know Blitzkrieg and Takeshi Kato, they're going to try and get it back as soon as possible. Like right now, Blitzkrieg turns the tables, flips Rich over the ropes, and hits him with a hangman's neck breaker. Not the landing you want if you're Rich Reed. Got to cover now. 1, 2, Just going to get a 2 on that one. Powers out, does total perfection, Rich Reed. Self-proclaimed, but it's hard to disagree sometimes. Irish whip now from Blitzkrieg. Rich Reed, up and over. Nice back body drop by the smaller man on Rich Reed. Beautiful springboard moonsault to add right on top of it. He's going for a cover again. Just a 2.5 count. Blitzkrieg looking a little bit confused about that, but I like what he did there. Even though he didn't get the 3 count, he grinded the forearm into the face of Rich Reed. You've seen people do that before. William Regal is a famous example. He used to do that all the time just to add that little extra oomph. And speaking of extra oomph, Blitzkrieg with a springboard 450 splash. If that's not it, I don't know what's going to take it. And it's not over yet. Rich Reed gets the shoulder up, and now Blitzkrieg is starting to have some words for the referee. It turned from disbelief to anger. Rich is trying to fight back. Shot right to the ribs, and he's got Blitzkrieg up. He's got him in that military press position. How is he going to land? Oh, not good. Dropped right behind him. In position for the standing moonsault. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, my God, that was close. Rich knows how close it was. Blitzkrieg just gets his shoulder up. Oh, what's Takeshi doing on the apron? Come on, ref. It's going to come to a point where you got to get him out of there. Blitzkrieg now measures Rich Reed up for the running knee strike to the throat. He might be out of it. He's just a carcass being dragged across the ring. Cover from Blitzkrieg. Rich's foot was under the rope. That's the only way he was getting out of it. Oh, he ran right at the referee. I thought we were going to have a physical confrontation there. But Rich Reed might have been knocked out cold by that knee. Saved by the ropes. I don't know if the ropes are going to save him now. He's got the Koji clutch locked in on Rich. Blitzkrieg has got Rich trapped with nowhere to go. Can Rich Reed last in this submission hold? Oh my God, he's struggling. He's writhing in pain right now, but he has to tap out. Just as a matter of self-preservation, if anything else. Not only the pain, but you got a match 6 days away for the Tag Team Championships. You better go into that as healthy as possible. But the damage may have already been done, not just physically, but mentally as well, as the World's Axis in 2 straight weeks have beaten both members of the National Perfection in singles competition. That's got to do some serious damage to their psyches going in. I know they're physically gifted. There's a reason they're called the Natural Perfection. But mentally, I'm not sure where they are right now. They're going to have to figure it out, and they're going to have to figure it out soon, because 6 days from now, they got their tag team title match, and if they lose, there ain't no rematch coming up. Look at some of these highlights here. This is where Rich Reed thought he had him, but that standing moonsault could not get him. And this submission hold, the Koji clutch locked in. That's absolutely all she wrote. Blitzkrieg celebrating in the middle of the ring. The World's Axis looking stronger than ever right now. But up next, speaking of stronger, the deity Otto Diethelm will be in singles competition. This man's been stalked by the Masons lately, but he's going one-on-one with Nick Farrell. There's just so many moving pieces in this match that I don't know where to begin. I mean, let's start with this man right here, Nick Farrell. Apparently him and his partner, the Hollywood Elite, Brad Smith, are on the outs again. It just will not end with these two. I predict they'll probably be back together in about 2 weeks. We'll have to see where that goes, but the Hollywood Elite have so much potential, and I've seen it since day one in the company here. They've been a tag team since CME started. They just have not crossed that threshold needed to become truly great. And they've won big matches. I mean, they've beaten tag teams like the Natural Perfection before. They've proven that they can hang with the best tag teams in the business, but not consistently, and that's been their biggest problem. That's where I think all this, whatever you want to call it, let's say issues between the two of the Hollywood Elite have come from. It's just Nick feels like he could do better by himself. Then he maybe wants a new tag team partner. Then Brad Smith does the same thing, and then they show potential, but it's never really fulfilled. So maybe Nick Farrell can knock off Otto Diethelm, which would be something considering the rise that this man has gone through this year alone. I mean, Otto is motivated now. He's extra motivated after what happened with the Masons over the past couple of weeks. He beat them with 2 partners in a 6-man tag match, and ever since, it seems like he's been the target for the Mason family. Timothy Buck Jr. and Jeremiah lured him backstage to beat him down. So we've made it official. This Sunday at Autumn Place, Otto Diethelm will be going one-on-one with Timothy Buck Jr. We'll see how it goes for him. I'm not sure if the Masons are going to be around. I hope not. Timothy has proven to be an effective wrestler in the ring. I'd say Timothy Buck Jr. is he's the one who brought up this renaissance with the Masons anyway, so it's definitely a match that intrigues me, but Otto is going to look to beat Nick Farrell going into Sunday. Let's get this one started. Nick is going to look to just try and prove himself right, that he can hang solo. Oh, Otto getting a little cocky early on, and Nick Farrell not taking kindly to it, takes him down with a clothesline, knees him in the back of the head, hoists Otto up. Ooh, nice backbreaker, draping across the knee and into a neck breaker. Fantastic combination. We got a cover, we got a rope break. Oh, nice drop kick to the back of Otto. Nick Farrell not giving him any respite right now. Showing off the guns, whatever's there, and Otto takes him down. He takes a little bit of umbrage with that. That's Otto's game, and he's telling him exactly what he thinks of him. Nick's going up. Oh, Otto's going up, excuse me. Nick Farrell, though, to his senses, back in the ring, takes out the referee and Otto at the same time. That might hamper his chances of winning the match, because he's about to hit a big move here. Referee is coming too, but Nick Farrell going for a superplex. Otto, he's trying to counter it. Shots to the gut. Shoves Nick Farrell off the top rope. Hard landing. And Otto Diethelm with an elbow drop into a pin. 1, 2. And a kick out from Nick Farrell. Oh, that is probably not going to fly well with Nick if he comes to his senses. And he does, but Otto catches him now. Russian leg sweep. Fantastic roll through right into his feet. Otto showing his acumen right now, going up to the top rope again. Will this one be effective? He's measuring him. Nick Farrell up to his feet, turns around, sees the elbow coming, sidesteps it, and rolls through with an O'Connor roll. Fantastic counter from Nick. We got a 1 count. Otto rolls the way through again. Oh, but Nick Farrell got his hands underneath the ropes. Good counter, though. Good exchanges from both men so far. Nice suplex from Otto Diethelm. Almost a snap suplex, but I'm not willing to go that far. We got to cover, though. 1, 2. Kick out from Nick. He's showing he's hanging in there. Otto's a little bit surprised about it, but you just got to keep the pressure going. Kick to the gut now. Nick against the ropes, and Otto's, oh my God, he's choking him out on the top rope. And then just to add to it, throws the ropes into his neck. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never felt one of those ropes before, I assure you, they are much harder than they look. Otto playing up to his adoring public. But maybe that split-second distraction could have cost him, because Nick Farrell now with a back kick to the gut. Nick hangs Otto up with a slingshot into the top rope. Covers him now. 2. Diethelm with the shoulder. Getting it up, man. These two are really going at it. I mean, I would think these guys hated each other for years. They very well might, but not that I know of. Well, for a neck breaker is Nick. Otto counters out of the neck breaker, pushes him away. Shot to the face. Sweetness from Otto Diethelm. Oh, Otto not going for a cover after that. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to go straight into the pinning combination. Instead, twisting the neck, really adding a lot of torque onto it. First, he worked on his neck on the ropes. Then he hits the sweetness. Now he twists the neck, and he's measuring up for one more move. And ladies and gentlemen, I feel like Nick Farrell might have a broken neck after the snap judgment. My God. Let's see the replay on this. Look at the impact and the torque, and my God, he's out. You can see by the way he fell down, there was no bracing for impact. He's done. That's it. Big win for Otto going into this Sunday against Timothy Buck Jr. I'm very happy and pleasantly surprised we did not see the Masons make their presence felt in this matchup. Letting Otto, develop something here, but I'm not sure if the Masons have something up their sleeve. Knowing them, they absolutely have something up their sleeve. But Otto, I'm sure, is going to be prepared going into this Sunday. He's going to be looking to get back to winning ways against Timothy Buck Jr. Nick Farrell, I'm sorry. It was a good effort. It was a great effort from Nick in this one. But maybe you got to give Brad another call. I think the Hollywood Elite need to be reunited once again. There's a snap judgment, and that's what finished it off. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 more matches to go, and 2 main event caliber matches. As Gorilla Monsoon would have said if he was here right now, this next match would be a main event in any other arena in the country, but tonight it is not. It is going to be the LBA, represented by Eric Campbell and Salvaje, going up against Bryce Phoenix, who has been tormented by these guys, and his tag team partner, Ivan Yakov. This is going to be a huge one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just excited to get this one started. We got this match, and then we have the World Championship on the line. Hell, sign me up. Any show that this is a possibility on is just, it makes coming to work easy. And Bryce Phoenix has had run-ins with the whole LBA, it seems, over the past couple of months, especially Joel. He is going to go one-on-one with Joel this Sunday in a no-holds-barred match, and good God almighty, are you kidding me? They're not even waiting for Ivan to come out. They're just jumping Bryce before the match. Oh my God, they spiked his head into the ramp. Oh, here comes Ivan. He's pissed. Oh my God, running through Eric Campbell. He certainly did not see that coming. Oh, Ivan had the decency to think they'd come to the ring, but nope. He's coming back, and he's going to lay the law down here. Bryce, though, completely blindsided, and Eric Campbell's going to add to a German suplex. Come on. Oh my God, this is total chaos. This is exactly what the LBA wanted. I would not be surprised if Joel told them to do this before his match with Bryce this Sunday. Not again. Oh, Bryce is getting thrown all over the place. Ivan, though, is trying to fight back, but this is 2-on-1 odds. But he's definitely trying. German suplex on the ramp. He almost threw him off the goddamn stage. Oh, no. Bryce is trying to come back in this one now. Gutbuster. And Ivan, again, is trying to get Bryce to come down to the ramp, but they just can't get free from these guys. Salvaje and Eric are just non-stop. Oh, no. The big man taken down now. And Salvaje and Eric Campbell. I mean, it doesn't look like it now for Eric, but they've completely taken advantage of the surprise attack. Bryce, though, facebuster. This is just going back and forth at this point. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Slamming his head right into the knee of Bryce Phoenix. Salvaje fighting back. This is tit for tat here. This crowd is in just complete disbelief. You see them right there. We got some people cheering. We got a lot of people booing. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got to check we got a fight. We got a slugfest going on now on the top of the ramp. I don't think we're having this match now, and that's a damn shame. Look at that. Oh, Salvaje steps in. They're restraining Bryce Phoenix. Come on. We got to get some order restored out here. This is just... Oh, it's a disappointment, but the world title is on the line next. And I was really looking forward to that tag team match, man. That would have been a hell of a match if this one got started. But, of course, the LBA have their own agenda, but it's not going to happen that way this Sunday because when Joel Hernandez and Bryce Phoenix have their no-holds-barred match, it has been specifically mandated in that contract that the LBA are nowhere near the ring. And if they are, Joel will never get a title shot again. So he knows that he's not going to be able to get away with that this Sunday, but he tried to get away with what he could tonight. Let him have it. Bryce Phoenix is going to be extra motivated going into this Sunday. And we saw Ivan there. Didn't get to see him in action, but Ivan can watch this match in complete awe because he is going to be locked onto the screens backstage to see this one to see who he's going to be fighting for the world title this Sunday. Will it be this man, Granat, who knows this is the biggest match of his entire career tonight for the world title against Jackson Montgomery. And Jackson, you can say the same for him. Out of all the matches he's been in, I'm wary to say it's the biggest match of his career because there was a match about a couple months ago for the entire control of the company and his job. So maybe not, but it's damn up there because he is going to need to win this one, not just to keep his title, but like I said earlier, he's got to get right, like mentally right, because not only does he have to prepare, even if he's won his match last week and had the night off tonight, he would have to do some extreme homework going into this Sunday, knowing that Ivan is his challenger. Ivan Yakov, this has been building for him since he started here. He knows how big this match is to him, and I fully believe that Ivan is going to be the favorite. Maybe the favorite going in this Sunday. That's really hard for me to say when this man right here, Jackson Montgomery, is the champion, I almost never would pick the challenger over the champion. But this time, it's hard to pick against Ivan. And especially that Jackson lost last week to Granat. Not taking anything away from Granat. He's a hell of a wrestler, but Jackson probably did not expect to lose last week. I don't know if he undersold Granat's abilities. I'm not sure if he phoned it in a little bit, but he can't do that tonight. If he does that tonight, he's not even going to be wrestling this Sunday, and that's something that's pretty hard to imagine. So to say this is a huge match is a complete understatement. That world title's around Jackson's waist now, but will it stay around his waist by the end of the night? The fans love him. There's no doubt about that. But he's got to be conflicted going into this Sunday's match. You could I wish he didn't have sunglasses on so I could truly see his facial expression, but he's looking locked and loaded. He's looking focused and ready to go. These people are ready, just like I'm ready. Granat, you know he's going to be ready. Is Jackson Montgomery ready, though? That is the question going into this show and this match. That's what it's all for, the biggest prize in wrestling today. It's going to be defended twice in a matter of 6 days. Very rare occurrence here with a World Championship match on Pulse, but it was necessitated by this man's will and spirit last week, knocking off the champion. Just think of how long it's taken Granat to get to this level. I mean, Granat started off with a luchador mask on. No one really knew who this man was until Salvaje got involved, and that whole rivalry between Salvaje and Granat led to some brutal matches, some hellacious moments. Granat came out on top and was the television champion at the beginning of this year until Myers Posey knocked him off. But even then, Granat fought Myers Posey in a ladder match and took him to the limit. It was a spectacular affair of brutality, and Granat almost was up to the task for Myers Posey. And coming up short against Myers in brutality is nothing to sniff at. Jackson knows that this man has been through hell and back to just even be here in CME. And now that he's that close to that prize right there, Granat's not going to give up without much of a fight. This is going to be a hell of a show, a hell of a match, and a hell of a night, no matter what happens. Jackson's ready. I think he definitely knows what Granat's got in store for him. Now Jackson came running out of the gates at Granat, who hits him with a beautiful hip toss. Japanese arm drag, but Jackson kicks out. That's not something you normally see from Jackson. Normally he's a lot more cool, calm, and collected. He's very calculated in there. This time tried to start it off very fast. So Granat clearly has Jackson off his normal game plan. We got to cover after a German. Jackson powers out of it. Granat, though, looking pretty solid early on. Beautiful roll up again there. Nice victory roll from Granat. 1. Oh my God, we got a 2 count. Wow. I almost was ready to call the 3 there. Granat is taking Jackson to school, going for a beautiful dragon suplex, but countered in midair from Jackson, who rolls through, who goes under and hits him with a nice clothesline. This is Jackson's opportunity to get back in here now. Jackson now, Irish whip, Granat off the ropes. Jackson drops down. Leapfrog now. Up and under, takes him down with a sling blade. Fantastic. Running him ragged and knocking him down. Granat powers out at 1, though. I think Jackson's going to have to get ready for powering out at 1 if he goes into this match as champion against Ivan. Going for another cover now, seeing if he gets any progress made. We got a 2 count. Granat gets out of it at 2. Jackson, you know he wanted to end that one early, so he could just go this Sunday without a lot of wear and tear on him. But alas, he's got to defend his title just 6 days before Autumn Blaze. It's not an ideal situation, to say the least. He gets Granat down after a nice clothesline, and he's posing. It's good to see Jackson still hasn't lost his sense of self in all this. Got an O'Connor roll here. 1. Oh, Granat rolls through. Jackson underneath the ropes, but nice counter from Granat. Who's keeping Jackson on his toes, to say the least. Going for a back suplex, countered into a bulldog. What a counter from Jackson Montgomery. There's a reason he's the world champion. Jackson going up top. What's he got in store for Granat here? Uh-oh, he's getting ready for it. Off the top, money shot. Granat sat up and tried to get to his feet, but Jackson Montgomery still connects. But I think he might have done some damage to himself. He's holding his ribs on the way up to his feet. That is not going to bode well for him in the remainder of this matchup. Oh, there's Granat. Knows exactly what to target. Punch right to the ribs. Beautiful standing Hurricane Rana. Granat going for a cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Just getting the shoulder up is Jackson. Granat trying to plead with the referee to count maybe a little bit faster, but Jackson is hanging in there. Granat brings it to the middle of the ring. Northern Lights suplex with a bridge. Fantastic pin. We got a cover. Could we have a new champion? We don't. Jackson gets the shoulder up, but every time he's taking a move on that lower back and those ribs, you got to think more damage is being done. There's a kick to the gut now. Granat's got Jackson on that on the ropes, literally. Irish whip. Baseball slide under the boot. And another fantastic Hurricane Rana. Jackson Montgomery is being completely given the work by Granat. Granat is perched up on the top rope. Jackson getting up to his feet very slowly, very gingerly. Granat coming off the top with a Meteora, and his kneecaps just collided with the floor, but he inadvertently rolls out of the way of that standing moonsault, and now he is back in command. Just when you think Jackson finds an opening, Granat is right back on him, and he gets a shoulder block to the gut. Up and over, sunset flip powerbomb to the outside. It is not looking good for the world champion right now. Granat in the ring, springboards, misses the seated senton. Jackson Montgomery closed the gap just enough to where he avoided certain doom. Granat mistimed his jump in the air, tried to adjust it, but Jackson Montgomery avoided it beautifully, and then he hangs him up rib first on the barricade. Is this what Jackson needs to get back in here? He's got Granat by the scruff of his neck now. Jackson go for a neck breaker. Gets countered, pushed away from Granat. Oh my God, the lower back of Jackson Montgomery just slammed as hard as he could into the barricade. We got a 7 count. These guys need to be wary of that count. Granat getting Jackson back in the ring. Jackson up to his feet. Springboard seated senton. Fantastic move from Granat. Is this going to be enough to crown a new world champion? We'll find out. We got a 2 count. But we do not have a 3 count yet, and Granat is getting ever more frustrated as this goes along, but he's got to stay focused if he wants to keep this up, because if Jackson gets in your head, that's all over. Going for a big fall-away slam. It looks like Jackson counters down and hits him with a nice arm breaker. Jackson hoisting Granat up, ducks under, nice clothesline, trying to get this crowd back on his side and trying to get himself fired up. He's got Granat down in the middle of the ring, elbow drop with a pin. 1, 2. Granat powers out. It was a very cocky pin, but hell, that won him the championship, so it's worth a shot. Jackson's got Granat by the neck. He's got Granat up against the ropes. He is trying to get himself back into this one any way possible. He's going to go for a big move, it looks like. He's measuring him up now. Granat is getting up to his feet. Jackson with a suicide somersault senton. Say that 6 times fast on Sunday. You can't. And Jackson Montgomery is looking to go into this Sunday as the world champion. Is this going to be what he needs? Just a risk-taking to get back in here? I think it might. And the crowd is going absolutely wild. They were on the edge of their seat just thinking Granat could knock off Jackson, but looks like the tables are turning now. Granat's got to find a way. He's got to dig down deep. He's got to get back in this if he wants to become the CME World Champion. Jackson gets him back in the ring. He's calling for something. He's got Granat measured. Jackson Montgomery, is he going for the 2-flex suplex or even worse, the good night? He hits the good night. Granat dropped on his head. And ladies and gentlemen, his title dreams might be dropped on their head too. Look at the impacts here, my God. Compressing the spine. Has Jackson done enough to survive? He has. But ladies and gentlemen, he worked a whole hell of a lot harder than I think he expected to going into this one. Granat took him to the limit, and Jackson almost did not come back. Let's see some of these highlights here. This is a spectacular main event for the CME World title. Nothing to be ashamed of if you're Granat. He'll be back in this world title picture soon, I guarantee it. A fantastic showing for him. But Jackson Montgomery not ready to give up the gold just yet. He is going to go on to Autumn Blaze this Sunday to defend that championship once again, just 6 days after this title defense against Ivan Yakov. And if you thought this was a tough title match, just wait until Sunday, Jackson, because Ivan is hungrier than ever. But he has all the right in the world to celebrate here tonight. Ended up losing to Granat last week. was put in this position because of it, managed to come through on the other side. And if anything, this could make Jackson even stronger going into this Sunday. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a hell of a show at Autumn Blaze. Not just that main event title match. We got no holds barred matches. We've got the Mason family. We've got deities. We've got tag title action. We've got women's title action. Whatever you want, it's there this Sunday.